Welcome to
The Sky Podcast.
Exclusive on Spotify.
What? I don't know how to frame my sentence. But I was just thinking na parang, like, whenever I work hard, and palagi ko sinasabi sa'yo na, oh, I'm so good at this, I'm so good at this. And then there's moments na parang, naglalal din yung, parang, yung confidence ko na parang, I don't think I'm good enough for this. I feel like an imposter. Parang may imposter syndrome ka. Like, I was actually watching this Olympic athlete explain something like that. Like, when you are trying to perform that is out of your comfort zone, meron palang rule na 1/3 rule. Mm-hmm. I told you this, diba? Mm-hmm. Na parang, yung 1/3 rule is that 1/3 of the time, you're supposed to feel bad. Mm-hmm. The other third of the time, you're supposed to feel okay. And the other third of the time, you're supposed to feel good. Most of the time, if you feel like good all the time, you better watch out that there's something wrong. There's something that is blinding you. There's something you're not seeing. You're overly confident, etc. If you're feeling bad naman din all the time, there's also something wrong. So parang, it spoke to me in a way na parang, hindi ko makakalimutan because like parang, oh yeah, that's really how I feel, or I feel like most of us feel. It just in life in general. Sometimes we feel like we're on top of the world, and sometimes we feel like we're not. But just by someone saying it that, hey, that's normal, that's okay, is a very, very big difference. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that way?
Super, completely agree. Not just with 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, but with everything in life, because we always question what we're going through. Mm-hmm. We always question, even though we know.
Yes.
We always question ourselves, especially when there's nobody else to banter with or to, talk to about it.
Yes.
But the moment there's someone of authority who tells you, hey, what you're going through is normal, it makes you feel so much better. Yes. Like when we were sleep training Scotty, and he was crying all the time. Yeah. And I was like, I'm being a terrible mother, but all of the books say I'm doing it correctly, but he's crying, what do I do? Just because we had a sleep coach who would stay up with me in the middle of the night and tell me, Chris, that's normal, I'll hold your hand, we can get through it together. Made it completely okay. Yeah.
So parang yung self-doubt na palagi mong, do you feel self-doubt, especially like whenever, let's say for example, you've been doing vlogs for a long time. Do you still feel like, I don't like my vlogs?
Yeah, there are times when I put out content that I don't personally resonate with, but to me, my goal for my content isn't the numbers. It's more, it's like a memory bank for me to look back on. So even if at this particular moment, I don't enjoy this video because to me, it's just another ordinary day. When I look back at it, like all of my other vlogs in the past, I'm so happy I filmed it because it's my memory bank. Otherwise, I won't remember because my memory is so low.
Pero ang ganda din ang ginagawa mo sa title ng mga video mo eh.
Yeah, it's literally just files for me to look back on.
Parang,
yeah.
Scotty's first time eating.
Yeah, so when I search it on YouTube, like, when did we go to the zoo again? Scotty Zoo. And then it's there. Perfect. Yeah, it's really like that for me. So when it comes to like my vlogs, I don't feel that, but I do feel sometimes that I'm burnt out or tired or like, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore.
Wala kang gana.
Wala kang gana. Or yeah, a lot of the times I think I told you, like, love, for some reason, I don't feel like making content, you know? And then you always tell me it's just a phase. It's just a phase.
Yeah.
And because we've gone through it so many times, this up and down and
parang
up
roller
and
coaster
down,
lang,
you know it's coming, and you know when you're in the down, you know eventually you're just gonna. There's nowhere else to go but up.
You're just gonna have to go through it.
You just go through it. Like it's normal. But syempre kung first time mo yon, feeling mo end of the world.
Yes.
Pero since napagdaanan mo na, alam mong, okay, I'm here right now. It's okay. I'll just walk through it and then eventually tataas din. Yeah.
Especially because nothing else has changed. Like, in moments wherein, for example, nagpapatayo ako ng bahay. This week, I feel so good about the development. Nothing else has changed, but next week, parang, it's not so nice. Parang, and next week, ganda! Grabe, I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah,
so,
and then I think because you
eh.
also look at it all the time and you're looking at all of the nitty-gritty, all of the details, sometimes you forget to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes you forget to zoom out.
Yes.
And then when somebody else looks at your project for the first time, you're like, hey, this is so awesome. And you're like, oh nga no. Now I remember.
I feel that. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people can relate. Like, for example, if you were in college and parang feeling mo, this course is not for me. And then paminsan, okay na naman, yeah, I'm meant to do this. And then balik na naman, hindi. A lot of people give up on that first dip.
Yeah.
Na parang, ang dami ng mga self-doubt and negative self-talk. And parang, example lang, sa civil engineering, 100 kami nag-start. When we graduated, there were like 25 of us. So parang, it's a lot of, like, even mga letters that we read, a lot of it is self-doubt.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just pushing through it, no? Na parang, hey, this is normal. You're not supposed to feel good all the time with whatever you're doing. And sometimes it's just, you need someone to tell you that.
You know, the moment in my life where I doubted myself the most was definitely back in 2020 when we first had Scott. And we were both first-time parents. And we couldn't rely on our family members because it was lockdown. Lockdown era. Oh my gosh, I can't believe everybody can relate to that. Lockdown era. So we were on our own. We didn't have a nanny, nothing. It was just us. And you would read so many articles online preparing you to raise your child. But when it's there, it's really not the same. And coupled with all of these opposing articles that you read online, you're also thinking, like, how come my baby's not acting the way the book is telling me that he should be acting? Am I doing it right? Is it me? Is it you? Is it him? You know, all of these things. And then you're dealing with hormones, postpartum, all of these things that I can go on and on and on about. But basically, that was a moment in my life where I felt so low. I've always thought that I'm capable of whatever I put my mind to. But at that point, I would find myself like breaking down, crying, like not knowing anything, like what I was doing, diba? And I'd always go to you and say, "Love, like hindi ko na alam, like I really don't know. I give up, diba mga ganun?"
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just like knowing that I know also that we have to go through this as first-time moms.
Yes.
If you guys want to hear the full episode, you can
Check us out on Spotify.
Spotify.
It's free, guys. It's free.
See you there.
SKYPODCAST.
SKYPODCAST.